The Yellow Jackets will put total leather and will get started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Last time these two rivals got together, guys, there were hurt feelings and some dead fish handshakes in the aftermath, and this might be just the recipe to cook up some revenge, Jesse.
Well, they're going to be motivated, that's for sure. The losing team, they have been hearing about that blowout loss now for a very long time. They had this game circled, David, all offseason, hoping to get that payback.
Oh, man, and you get all the quotes, all the people talking about all those blowhards on all the different networks, i.e. us, talking about how bad it was and how embarrassing it was, and now you get a chance to get some payback. They're excited.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He showed off a few moves, but not enough to get away from all of those defenders as they stop him for a loss. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The special teams on the field after the declined penalty. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 and the 23-yard line. So Georgia Tech's offense will take the field for the first time. We'll be watching this matchup on the outside closely today, David, to see if this guy can get anything done one-on-one against one of the best corners in the game.
Well, and this corner really can shut down half the field, and that's a big problem. This offense, they really need to win this matchup. They need their wide receiver to beat that defensive back, and I don't know if that's possible. He's just so good, been so consistent. Palmer, you tell me how you're going to win this matchup.
Well, you're not going to win it every play, that's for sure. And you can't avoid that side of the field the entire game. I think it's just going to come down to this offense in the critical down and distances when there's a 3rd down and the coverage dictates that you've got to throw it against him. That's the play you need your receiver to win. And whether or not they have a guy that can win that matchup offensively, we're going to find out here pretty soon.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Oh, they're after him. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that side.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Makes the grab. He stopped short, and it's 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Yellow Jackets will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. And the offense heads out onto the field to get the drive started. Running back searching for a hole. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. He'll pull it on the read. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
I think to be a good 3rd down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these 3rd and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll go to the ground. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the DB right with him to knock it away. Backed up now, here's second and long. The play action fake. Pulls it in, it's Humphries.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
Get it out to the supersonic guy. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. Tune in to the Ocho. 8th play of the drive coming up. It's a draw. Creates a little space. Past the first down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. To the air on second down. Fires to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. Bringing the heat. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Good right down the boulevard. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Makes the grab. It's Taylor. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. To throw, it's Turner. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
That is how you start a drive. Meet the physical challenge on first down. Rush the quarterback, get the sack on second down, and now put him in a 3rd and long situation. Nice job by this defense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
The Yellow Jackets will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. So from his own end zone, the punt is away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Looking for space, it's Frazier. And he broke 1 tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Just feeds the running back. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They'll give it to the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. power football with the run. Headed to the end zone. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Getting set for the point after. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Ohio State is currently ahead in this one, but it's been a tight one so far in Columbus. They're up by 7 over Michigan. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos. Fellas?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the air. It's Turner. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
To the air on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Taylor. Let's take a second to look at the big picture for Georgia Tech. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable.
And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He'll be up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the 2nd period and they try to find a way to answer. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on 4th. Got enough to move the sticks. 1st down from the 17. The Yellow Jackets kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They're going to ride this running back. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. The pull and throw off the RPO. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. To the air. It's Turner. Rushes on him. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. This is now a 7-point game.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unleashes it on the run. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. Got his man on the right. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that crow route.
Hunt is on its way. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. Like the passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field. Find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt...
Gashing the knee on the right. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33. And the Yellow Jackets want to pick up the tempo.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Knocked down at the 27 after a pickup of 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Yellow Jackets with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He'll do it himself. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. And the Yellow Jackets are at the line trying to move the sticks on third and short. Looking to throw, it's Turner. Here comes the heat. Caught over the middle, it's Taylor. Makes the grab over the defense, and they are threatening now down at the 15. Looking for a gap, it's Alexander. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. When you've already seen your quarterback go down 3 times, you might as well try holding, and they didn't get away with it. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. He'll step out of bounds at about the 11. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on fourth down. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. And that is no good. After that miss, still a 7-point game, guys. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. It's a draw. Pass the sticks in, still on his feet. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Lining up from the 34 on first down. Got his man to the left. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. They just dialed up one big play. Let's see if they've got another one on first and 10 from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42. This offense tried to go right back to the well or right back to the air, and the defense was ready this time.
And a great response from the defense. You give up a big play, a huge chunk play that you didn't want to give up. Don't hang your head. Now play the next play. Played it aggressively, went and got the sack. Way to respond.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. He'll keep it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. After those last two plays, let's see if they can get it out of reverse on 3rd and 18. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. This kicker brags that he can kick an 80-yard field goal. He'll settle for a 59-yarder here. He slides that just inside the right upright. And now the lead is even bigger.
How about it? 50-plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
The returner will field it and try to do some business. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. A bit frustrating to miss that short field goal the last time they had it, but this time around, see if they can redeem themselves. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Give to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Punt is in the air on 4th down. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Gives it on the option. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off play action. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Working the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. After the 3rd down incompletion, the punt unit is on the field. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Taylor.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in-route there.
Now the play fake. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want, because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Back to pass, it's Turner. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there, incomplete. And the Yellow Jackets will punt it away on 4th down. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on 1st down. It's incomplete, and that also might be what is called a learning experience, and one this freshman got away with. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. He'll pull it on the read. Hard running there. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Punt is in the air. Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. With the catch, it's Taylor. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Yellow Jackets moving quickly to the line. They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. Fires to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. On 3rd and short, the power run here. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage. And the Yellow Jackets will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Pulls it in and looking upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. The short hands, it's Brown. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understand the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
After the big play to start, now they are on the move at their own 45. Got a man. It's Humphries. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down.
All right, defense. It ain't working, right? They're stringing together several 1st downs here. We're going to need to change this up, find something we can disrupt the quarterback and mess up this offense a little bit.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Man, this offense, they gotta find something. They gotta get in a rhythm somehow. So far, no success, not protecting the quarterback. Really, the only good thing I can say so far is they haven't turned the football over.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Good timing on the quick out. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down?
And a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. Somebody better check that dude's foot and see if it's juice. Man, oh man, from outside 60, he sails it through. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that 1st half. And how can we begin our analysis of that 1st half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Just about set to get this 2nd half underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Chucked it away just as he was hit.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
The Yellow Jackets line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Looks it in at the 40. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. Give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. The running back has it. Nice move there. Oh, he's got some space. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
The defense has got to be more physical up front. Don't let them have those running lanes, those holes to break off a nice run, get a first down. And here's the thing, you better reload quick because they're right back on the line to call another play.
They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. Off the play fake. Fires to the right. He's got it on the move. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business. 1st and goal.
Now with a red zone opportunity.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Trying to barge their way in. And he's got a touchdown. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. Virginia Tech is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Michael Vick should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 4 to Virginia. Any big changes in this ACC clash, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll run play action. Quickly complete. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. The quarterback using all of the receivers at his disposal. This time he found the fullback.
And it's nice to have a guy that can block and obviously have the versatility to also catch the football, you know, so you can mix it up and keep that defense guessing.
Under fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
And the Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. Surprisingly makes a fair catch just outside the 40-yard line. And the offense out on the field to go back to work. They'll start this drive going to the air. Grabbed in the middle. It's Humphreys. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. Powerful running as he trucks his way to the 28. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Caught behind the line. It's Fleming. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The defense is backed up as the offense is in the red zone. Off the RPO, complete.
Yeah, and what a nice job seeing it, reacting, and throwing. When you run these RPOs, you want to read the defense really quickly. Is he playing run? Okay, boom. I'm going to throw the slant right behind him. Nice job by the QB.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Grab behind the line. It's Edwards. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires into the end zone. Makes the catch and gets the score.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. He'll bring it out. It's Godfrey. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Finds a little bit of room, picks up 4 out to the 13. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Back to pass, it's Turner. There he goes. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on first down. The Yellow Jackets now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And he's wrestled to the ground. And the Yellow Jackets come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. Quickly out to the tight end. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
The kick is on its way. Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. The inside handoff. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying play action. Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. That's caught. It's Concepcion. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The punt team makes its way onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Dropping back, it's Turner. Punts it out of the air. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Yellow Jackets can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun. Give on the inside.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They're just trying to flex the muscle. They get him down at the 34 after a pickup of 4. They'll throw on 3rd and short. A little screen to the running back. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
All right, this offense needs to come up with a solution for this defensive end because he is a problem. They have got to find a way to help out the offensive tackle to prevent this guy from getting to the quarterback.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. The play action fake. Got it in the middle, it's Brown. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold, offense.
This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive. It's 3rd and long. Let's see if he's got enough juice in that arm. Fires to the big fella. At the 35, he's got room. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
Listen, you hear all the time about how important it is to stay on schedule offensively, right? And this is a perfect example. You just can't have negative plays early in drives because even when you come up with big plays like we just saw, you're still miles away from picking up this first down. You're making it so hard on your offense.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner goes down. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Here's the handoff. Turning it on. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the 3rd. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And I bet the frustration meter for this offense is so high. If you can't keep your quarterback upright, it's hard to move the ball. It's hard to score points. This offensive line has not protected him at all, and that's why so many sacks keep happening.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Back to throw, it's King. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
And the Yellow Jackets decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. So from the shadow of his goalpost, he gets the punt away. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. From the gun to give, looking for room.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. Wants to fire on second down. Quickly to the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Pressure coming. The pass rush gets home.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks, that's just ridiculous.
They bring the punter onto the field now. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Off play action. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And it's simply been that kind of day for this offense. They've had so many struggles, and at this point in the fourth quarter, you're trailing by a ton of points. The defense knows you're throwing it, and they're pinning their ears back, and they're getting after you, as you saw it on that sack there.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And how about this offense, man? It's been a rough day. You're getting beat down. You're trying to find some kind of momentum late in the game to build something off of, and you give up another sack.
The Yellow Jackets will line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. And the offense takes the field, ready to go back to work. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man, it's Humphries. And that play just never got started as he's run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top. He'll off one deep down the left side. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Back to pass. Makes the catch. It's Concepcion. Knocked down for the tackle. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Motion from the wideout. Makes the grab. It's high. Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. First down here for the offense. Leaves it with the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Second down coming up.
Looking to fire. That's reeled in. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Got it in the middle. It's Humphries. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Finds the tight end. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up second down.
Now the play fake. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Bounces into the end zone for a touchdown. They put up another score here in the 4th, and they are well on their way to an 11-1 regular season.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Virginia Tech has the lead right now, but they haven't been able to separate themselves just yet inside Lane Stadium. They're up by 10 over Virginia. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Rides the back on the option, the give. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Wants to throw. It's King. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. There is little that warms the heart of a defender like a strip sack. Even better if you get the ball.
And I like the awareness of this defender on the play because he knew he might not actually swat away, use those long arms to create the turnover.
And this, my friend, is what you call advantageous field position. Starting the drive with a 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Going for 6. Into the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
The extra point.
And they did tack on the extra point. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. And the returner will be brought down. The Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right now.
Just running out of opportunities. You give opportunities away like this, you're trailing. Every possession is going to be important from here on in.
Looking downfield, it's King. Dumps it off in the flats. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Catch in the middle, it's Marshall. He'll be stopped short at the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. He'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Now this offense is back on the field. Got his man downfield. Speeding down the left side. Strolls into the end zone for a touchdown. They are ever closer to win number 10 on the season.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. So see, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. He'll bring it out. It's Robinson. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The Ramblin' Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this fires one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking for a man. It's King. Makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
That roughing call probably stems from frustration as this guy has cut them into pieces. Wants to go up top on first down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll move the tight end. Off the play fake. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Hey, this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. With the catch, it's Yaw. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Holding. Offense.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Yellow Jackets will send out the punt unit. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Picks up the first down, still moving. Oh, he's got some space. And into the end zone for a touchdown. They built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Robinson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. Off the play fake on first down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. You just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
And the Yellow Jackets with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Using his feet. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. That's caught. It's Jordan. Across the 20 and out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and just like that, they're out of trouble. The Yellow Jackets will try to pin them back with the punt. He'll try to really get into this one. Calls for and makes the fair catch, but there is a penalty flag down, and we'll see what this is about.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This offense has a 1st and 10. They are flat bailed out by the defensive penalty. Here's the pressure. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Yellow Jackets trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Out of the gun, the inside give. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Scanning the field is King. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They boot it away on 4th down. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Rides the back and leaves it. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Right back to the well. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. And this will be incomplete as the game comes to a close. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.